Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my May favorites for you guys, so I'm going to kind of just jump right in. I do have a few things this month, and I think I'm going to start off with my hair care products. I have two of them. The first one is from Living Proof, and it is the Nourishing Oil, and I use this on wet hair usually when I am going to blow dry it. I like to put 2 pumps of this in my hair, and I've just noticed such a difference in how manageable my hair is afterwards using this product and the other one that I use. And I find that especially since I have been lightening my hair especially loves oil. Not that it didn't before, but now it's like, oh yes, give me all of the oils. I want all of the oils. So it doesn't weigh my hair down. It doesn't make my hair feel greasy. It doesn't make my hair look greasy. I find that I can put it through the entire lengths of my hair, basically from root to tip, and not have an issue with it. So I've been really loving that, and also using that in conjunction with the Blowout Balm by TG. I had been in need of my shampoo and conditioner, and at the time Ulta was having a like buy 2 TG get 1 free, so I just chose this as my free thing since I needed both the shampoo and the conditioner. And I like this because I don't feel like it dries out my hair like some of the other blowout sprays do, which are mostly like alcohol based because they're supposed to help dry your hair faster, which really is just drying your hair out. I find that this leaves my hair feeling semi-nourished, and that might be because I'm using it in conjunction with other things, but I notice it more with this than I did with other blowout products that I had. So I've been enjoying this as well. The next 2 things I want to talk about are brushes, and the first one I was gonna do a dedicated review video for this, but then I figured since I only had this one single brush from the line that I wouldn't do a review like that until I had more of them. And it is the Artiste number 6 brush. And I know, like, when I first saw these brushes come out, I was like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Like, it just looks like the dumbest concept for a brush ever. And they're pretty expensive. So this is the number 6 brush. I got this one specifically because I wanted to get a versatile brush, and I didn't want one that was too big to fit in all the parts of my face. And I thought to myself when I bought this, like, oh, I can use it for bronzer and blush and blah blah blah, but really I only use it for foundation and concealer, and that's mostly because I'm lazy basically and don't want to like clean my brush right in the middle of my makeup applying process to use it other places. So you guys have probably seen me use this brush in quite a few videos because I've not used anything else since I bought it, because I love it. I don't find, I've seen other people's reviews of these that say that they find that this applies foundation with the fullest coverage. I don't find that, you know, I don't feel like it gives a medium coverage foundation a fuller coverage. I do find that it spreads things out really nicely without pushing them on the face. Like, it actually spreads the product out instead of just like moving it from one place to another. So I do love it. It's super soft. I've been doing this whole time that I've been talking about it. It is so soft. The only thing that I don't really like about it is it's sort of hard to clean, and I know that Artiste has this like matte and foam thing that they recommend that you clean it with, and I can't be bothered to buy that right now. So what I did, I washed it the way I normally do, and it just is a little bit weird because the neck of this is sort of flimsy. It bends quite a bit, so like you feel like you're gonna break it as you're, you know, washing it, because you kind of have to get a little in there. And I use one other thing that I'm gonna mention later to wash this, but it's kind of nice because I can hang it off of my little vanity where I hang, like, my brush is like the head of the brush hangs off the vanity and the rest of it's on there, and it kind of hangs perfectly to dry upside down like that. But it's almost like you can't really wash it without kind of flipping it up, and I'm a little bit worried about getting water in this part of the brush, so it's a little bit weird for that. But in terms of applying foundation and all that, I've really been enjoying it. I really love the way that it blends out concealer. I feel like it makes whatever foundation you're using have a natural finish. I don't find that it cakes up any foundation or anything like that. So yeah, I've been loving this. I can't even say that, you know, I wouldn't recommend it, because I would. I do want to try some of the dupes and see how they compare, and maybe get 1 or 2 other sizes of these. I'm not sure how I feel about the eye brushes of these. They just seem like a really weird shape that like would be really hard to use, especially on eyes of my shape. So I probably won't go there, but I have been really, really loving the face brushes, so, or brush, since I only have the one. But I did get the like gunmetal version instead of the silver, or I think there's a gold one as well. I got the gunmetal because I wanted to be different. But yeah, so I love that. The other brush I have been loving, I actually got in my Morphe E1 monthly subscription brush thing that I've been getting, and it is I think they're redoing the Elite collection. There wasn't a ton of information on the card that it came with. It just said it was part of the new Elite collection, and it is the E1 brush, and it is a giant powder brush. And I didn't think I was gonna like a brush like this. The brush that I normally use for powder is quite flimsy. It's not as dense. It's just, and it's much smaller, and that's generally the kind of brush that I have been using for powder. But this, I feel like this brush is like the equivalent of a puff, and I feel like this is like, you could like literally beat your face with it drag queen style, because it's so dense and it packs on such a full coverage of powder. Maybe you could use it with foundation. I have never tried that, but for powder I've been loving it, and it's ridiculously soft as well. I was actually really highly impressed, because I got this and I was like, I'm never gonna use that. Like, I'm never gonna use this. It's gonna be like the biggest waste, but I use it every day now. So I have been really loving it. I'm not sure how these bristles are different. I wish I had more information, but I haven't really been able to find anything about the new Elite collection. I'm not sure when it launches, but I think it's soon. But I'm interested to see how different they are than the other Elite collection. I do find them to be just as dense, and I feel like if all of the brushes are like this, I'm gonna run into the same thing that I do with the Elite eye brushes, where I only really like to use those for cream products. So I really only use my Elite eye brushes for my ColourPop shadows, because I find them to be hard to work with powders. They just are too dense. So if the eye brushes feel like that, I think I'm gonna feel the same way. But as for the face, I am really loving this one. Continuing with the face, it's probably no surprise to you guys that this little guy is in my favorites. It's another thing that I've worn like almost every single day since I've gotten it. It's the Urban Decay Naked Skin One and Done, and I did do a review and demo of this with the NARS Velvet Matte tint. I couldn't think of what it was called for a second. The Velvet Matte Skin Tint, and I definitely preferred this one. I don't know, I'm wearing it today. I love it. I love mixing this with a little bit fuller coverage stuff to make like a light to medium coverage foundation. I do like using this on its own as well. I went into a big thing of how I feel about this there, so I won't go into that here, but I have been loving this as well. The next thing I have, I'm pretty sure I have not talked about yet on my channel, and I got this a couple months ago and loved it, and I'm not sure why I didn't put it in a favorites video. I'm like 99.99% positive I haven't yet, and it's the Real Techniques brush cleaning matte thing. It's got a little handle for you to put your fingers in, and it's got 3 different textured areas that you can clean your brushes with. And for the longest time, I thought these were like a gimmick waste thing. Like, I was doing just fine washing my brushes with my hands just fine. And I use the Dr. Bronner's Solid Bar Cleanser for washing my brushes, because that is an olive oil based soap, so it washes and conditions my brushes at the same time. So I'm not worried about my brushes drying out super quickly or whatever, because I know that it is conditioning the bristles at the same time it is washing them. So I love that stuff. I will probably do a brush cleansing video at some point, because I just love that like 1,000 times more than the liquid. I hated the liquid for cleaning my brushes, but the solid is amazing. And so basically what I used was that, and I thought it did an amazing job all by itself. And then I got this on a whim because it's like half the price of the least expensive Sigma one. And I thought, what the hell, I might as well try it, see what all the hype is. And I was shocked at like how clean it got my brushes and how many fewer times I had to dip my brush back into the soap and then do it again. Especially my foundation and concealer brushes, I feel like I could clean them in 1 or 2 passes where it was like 2 to 3, sometimes 4 before. So I have just been really impressed with this, and it's something that like it doesn't take any more time in my brush cleaning process. And I'm not a person who hates cleaning my brushes. I kind of like it. It's cathartic to me in the same way that like prepping vegetables when I'm cooking, I love doing that. I love doing the prep. I find cleaning my brushes to be the same thing. It's like just time where I'm doing something and I can focus on just that and like clear my head a little bit. I don't know, I like it. The only thing I don't like is like hunching over, my back hurts afterwards. But I find that this makes the process go so much more quickly, and I don't know, I've really been enjoying that. The next thing I want to talk about is from Melt Cosmetics, and it is the Love Sick stack. And I'm sure if you guys follow me on Instagram and some of the more recent videos I've been doing lately, I have been wearing especially Amelie, I think is how you say that here, and Lovesick. And I just think these shadows are amazing. This is the colors that come in this stack. They're not inexpensive, and they are, you know, not something that you can really just go into a store and look at because they're only online, but you get a really great amount of product in each one. It's a very large pan, and I think the quality of the shadows is amazing. They blend so nicely, and they are just really good shadows. They don't fade on me, they don't crease on me, they're just really great. And now Melt has their shadows, all of their shadows in singles, so you could get, if all these colors weren't your cup of tea, you could get just a couple of the ones that you want, and I think that's awesome. I've been kind of waiting for them to do that, even though I own all of the stacks that they have. I know now that if I ever hit pan on one of these shadows, I can just get the individual one and be fine. But yeah, I think these shadows are amazing quality, and the girls who run this company are just incredible makeup artists. So it's like, you look at what they do, they're makeup artists, and like, you know, they know what they're talking about because their makeup is so good and they put out such a quality product, and I really, really love these. I have all of them sitting in front of me now, but this is my most favorite right now. The last thing I want to talk about, since I don't have any unfavorites this month, well, at least to show you, I could tell you one, is the Gucci Bamboo perfume. I got this deluxe sample. It was one of the like codes you could put in on Sephora, and I've never really tried any Gucci perfumes, and I figured since it was free basically, I might as well try it. And I've worn it again. It's a theme of this month's video. I've worn it every day since I got it. I just love the way it smells. Don't ask me the notes and stuff because I don't know. I'll list them in the description box, but I'm terrible with stuff like that. I don't know, but I will list them. Because I had gotten the Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille and hated it. Like, it smelled so good in the bottle, but then when I put it on, all it smelled like was black licorice, which I hate. So I was super disappointed because I wanted it to smell on me the way it smelled in the bottle, but of course my body chemistry ruined that one. I got this at the same time in the same purchase, and I love this one much more. So when I finally go through this, which I've had it for a few weeks now and still have, you know, quite a bit left, I do wish that it had a spray. It's just like an open thing, which is very dangerous for someone like me, but I don't know, I really love it. I'm wearing it today and I love it. That's it for this month. There are a few things that I got at the end of the month that I kind of thought about putting in this video, but I feel like I didn't have them for long enough to really make sure that they were a good favorite, so they'll probably be in next month's video. But yeah, again, as I say every month, I would love to know what you guys loved and hated this month. You know, let me know all the things I need to buy or stay away from. Other than that, I hope you're having a great day wherever you're at. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.